Hey, hey, I want to welcome every single one of you to my channel. My name is Azuki, and today we're going to be talking about how you could actually overclock your PS5, your PS4, Xbox, whatever controller you have, how you could turn it into 5 millisecond response time into a 1 millisecond response time. And guys, that is a really big difference, and that is the reason why every single top Warzone Pro, every single top COD Pro, every single top console pro and content creator uses this. So let's get right into it. Let's show you how to do it. You're gonna go to this page. I'm gonna have it linked down below, and I know it looks a little sketch, but don't worry, there's no like spamming ads, it's not virus, it's completely safe, 100% safe. And I'm gonna just refresh it to show you what you're gonna see exactly when you load it up. You're gonna see these 4 options, and you're gonna want to go with the third option. The fourth option is gonna be for Windows 11, I believe. So if you have Windows 11, go ahead and try that one. But we're gonna stick to Windows 10 version, and it's gonna be this third one, HID-USB-F.zip. Just click it. It's gonna take you here, and down here just says download. It's simple as that. You're gonna click download, but once you have this downloaded, you're just gonna want to open it. And by the way, I'm using the internet browser, but that was just the default, or I think it's Microsoft Edge now or whatever it's called, but it's the default one, right? You could use Google Chrome, you could use Firefox, you could use Safari, whatever you're doing, whatever you're using, just use that. And you're gonna want to extract it. So ideally you'd want to know where you're putting it, right? But go ahead and just extract it. It doesn't really matter because it's going to open up right away. You're going to want to click on this driver folder, and then you're going to want to open this one, the setup.exe. And don't mistake it with this bottom one, the SX64. You're going to want to open the setup.exe, and obviously allow this. It's going to open up this menu. You're going to go over here to the top left and open open all. Basically it opens every USB that's plugged into your computer. So if you have a lot of USBs plugged in, you're gonna have a lot of options here, and if you don't have that many, you're not gonna have that many options, right? So you're gonna want to look for the controller. And the way to do that, you're gonna want to look for either controller or like USB. It just depends, right? If you have a certain controller, it's gonna say something different. This one's mine, but if you're not sure and you don't want to go through the trouble of just reading all the names, you could just unplug it and it's gonna disappear. And then when you plug it back in, just look for the one that reappears, right? So boom, right here, this is the one that reappeared, meaning this is the controller. So here's what we're going to do. Essentially, we just want to turn this bitrate into 1000. We want this interval to turn into a 1, and we want this filter to say yes. And here's how we do that. You just click on the device, you click install service, and do this how I do it. You're going to click open, then you're going to switch this to 1000, and this is the important part. Don't click anything else. Make sure this says 1000. That's the most important part. And click install once again, open. Then you want to go to filter on device, check that mark, and then install service once again, and open, and boom. Then you're going to want to, by the way, if you're having problems, just give me a second, I'll get to it. Then unplug the controller. It's going to, keep in mind, it said the interval was 6, and then you're going to re-plug it in, and it should reappear as a 1. Boom, that means you did it correctly. It's gonna work perfectly. The response time is gonna be reduced to the ideal point. Basically, if I didn't explain it as well, let me just say it now. The response time is really important, because whenever you are clicking any part of this controller, whether it's the analog sticks, the D-pad, the face buttons, any face button ready, like the triggers, the bumpers, anything, when you're clicking anything on a controller, it sends a signal into the computer saying that you press that button or that you're moving that button. And the response time that it gets from your controller to the computer is what we're changing. We're gonna make it faster. We're gonna make it as fast as possible. And don't think this is illegal, don't think you're hacking, because every single controller, every single content creator, every single pro player that plays with a controller does this method, has done this method, has overclocked the controller, has made it better, and it gives them a competitive edge. Because if you're versing someone that's response time is a little lower than yours, you're gonna have the advantage no matter what, because your controller is gonna register whatever you're pressing first, and you don't want to be on the other side of that. You don't want to be the one that's getting crapped on, right? Because someone has a better response time than you, and you don't even know why. They just completely snapped on you, and it just helps, right? It's just a competitive edge that you want. And if you, by the way, I have a battle beaver like I showed earlier. If you order a controller from one of these big companies, sometimes they actually will do it for you. So this battle beaver, I never touched it, I've never ran it through, but as you can see, it's filtered. It says 1000, it says 1. So just be cautious of that. Just make sure that make sure it says that, right? Even if you did order from Battlebeard, you ordered from any of these big companies, just make sure you check it, because you do not, again, I repeat it, you do not want to be a part of a disadvantage that everyone else is kind of aware at this point. So if you're barely finding out about this, you're gonna be mind blown once you actually try it, once you actually attempt it, and it's gonna be amazing, guys. You're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be a blast. But sorry for the delay. So troubleshooting. Let's get to the troubleshooting. So if you guys did the first 2 steps, right, you installed it, you switched to 1000, installed it again, and then filtered it, and then installed it, and then a Windows message pops up and it basically tells you can't install it here, because if you do it, then the controller might stop working, and then if you press yes, it might turn red like this one. It might turn completely red and you just can't do anything. The controller might stop working. But let me show you how to fix that, right? So what you want to do, you want to go to your BIOS menu, and how you do that is mine is an MSI motherboard, so depending on your motherboard, you want to press different buttons. But when you restart it and it's booting up, you're gonna want to spam either maybe F2, F4, I think F7 is one of them. For MSI, you want to press F4. If you don't know how to open your BIOS menu, just search it up, guys. Whatever your motherboard is, type it in Google, how to open the BIOS menu. So for mine, you just spam F4 and it's going to take you to the BIOS menu. But once you're in the BIOS menu, you're going to want to look for the option that says turn off safe boot or disable safe boot. And again, depending on your motherboard, depending on your BIOS, you're going to want to search it up on how to do that to your specific BIOS. So everybody's is different, and I'm not going to go into that. Just search it up. You're going to want to turn that off, and once you turn that off, restart your computer. And then once you go on this section, once you try to do it and you turn on the filter and you put install, it's going to work perfectly fine. Then, like I said, unplug it, plug it back in, make sure that this turns into a 1, make sure it's running fine, and then you're good to go, guys. And that's going to be the method. That's going to be how you increase the response time in any controller that isn't maxed out already. It's basically overclocking. It's basically pushing it to its limits. It's making it respond a lot better. It's giving you a competitive edge, and you want every single bit of that. So guys, let me know down below in the comment section if this is brand new news to you, and if you're trying it for the very first time and it's completely mind-boggling. The results are completely crazy and it just changed your whole gaming experience. Let me know, guys. If this video helped out any one of you guys, please feel free to like this video. It will mean a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell if you guys want to know when I upload a new video. Anyways, guys, this is going to be it for me. Follow me at all socials, guys, at Azuki, AZOOQY. Please feel free to reach out if you guys have a question or anything in that matter. Anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.